Hello everyone and welcome to the map Whispers of Gold here. Today we'll be taking a look at a couple of highlight viewer submitted matches of StarCraft 2. Joining me here for map number 1, the upper left corner shall belong to a red Zerg player. It is Playmaker. I like it. And in the opposite corner over here in the bottom right, we've got a blue Protoss probes belonging to I. Got it. Alright. I also like it, but for a very different reason, of course. Barcode Protoss up against I'm gonna go with probably confident Zerg, confident in their ability to make some plays happen. We shall see what all of that translates to as things unfold, as tech choices are made and creative shenanigans show themselves this fine day. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. Tell me, how are you doing? You don't have to tell me, of course. I won't be able to hear you, but it's the thought that counts. I care about you. I want to know how you're doing. I hope everything's okay. Choice isn't a battery. What? At the front? Like... Okay. Is it just for the wall, I guess? I think it might just be for the wall. I don't think it's actually like, oh my god, I need a shield battery, there's 2 Zerglings. I can't rule it out, of course, because Protoss players, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that it's just a wall battery, we could call it. Stalker. Like, we made a wall battery. We made a wall stalker. A walker, if you will. And he just walks right on off. Just says nope. Alright then. Put him on hold position or something. There you go. We have a Void Ray. The tech choice is the Stargate, of course. A grand choice. Excellent decision. On the Zerg side of the map, we have a severe lack of third hatchery so far. Usually you want to, get that third hatch going, I would say rather quickly, especially if you know the Protoss has expanded. Have you? Like, okay, yeah, you know all of this is going on. You even saw the Stargate making a Void Ray, so you know this player is probably feeling a little defensive. The Void Ray, it's like a Pult Viking, if you will, for the Terrans, where it just goes around, kind of hunts overlords, offers some mediocre base defense compared to something like an Oracle. But it's all fun and games until somebody slaps down a fleet beacon at the 4-minute mark. Okay. Interesting. We will see what that actually translates to. We also have a lair, which is also a decision. It is a choice. It is one of the buttons that somebody can press when they go to select larva and make some more drones. We still have a severe lack of third hatchery, which concerns me, because it's a Hydra play. Really? Mr. Maker of Plays here is trying to make a Playdrilisk move, it would seem. We're going for what appears to be a Hydra bust? Okay. 2 base. Hydra bust. I'm on board. I'm still watching. I'm waiting. The Adept and Stalker holding the front line. Warp Gate. Almost done. About 3/4. We got some more gates coming online. We got the Twilight. We got the Fleet Beacon, which is for a mothership. Really? Mothership rush. Okay. Oh my gosh. And a Dark Shrine Protoss. What? Okay, you're asking for some type of mid-game bust here. Like, 3 base Zerg. Okay, hear me out. 3 base Zerg, 66 drones, ton of roaches. Roachbane, even. Just saying, just throwing those words out there. If you want to do something with those words, you want to interpret or make a connection, if you will, that's fine. That's on you. This Protoss is going for a mothership DT charge play. We're gonna recall, I'm guessing, that's my hunch. Indigos, check out this sick recall I made into the Zerg's base. That's what I'm guessing. We're gonna see in just a few minutes here. Void Ray, angering some stray Hydralisks, not actually going to find a whole lot of defenses, though. What is our Hydra count up to? Yeah, the Hydralisk rush that we're trying to make here with all 7 Hydras. This is kind of why we make bases early on, make a lot of drones. I mean, you watch any one of you, somebody like Dark or Rogue, at this point in the game, they're pushing 80 drones, okay? There's a reason that we do these investments as Zerg. We want to do some sort of 2-base shenanigan, okay. I'm not so sure it's gonna go too well when this one shows up and you don't have your homework done. You don't have your room clean. Okay, what's she gonna do? What's she have to say about this? That's right, you get the finger wag of doom, we could call it. Okay, you're supposed to have that homework done. You're supposed to have your chores completed by the time I got home. But you didn't. Protoss. Or Zerg in this case. I guess it's the Zerg player that we're trying to declare in peril. A Spire is on the way, which is an oddly okay choice. Like, you gotta have something to fight the mothership, I guess. Hydras are actually not terrible, just maybe not ideal, which kind of sums up the entirety of the Hydra's life in SC2. Okay, wait, here we go. Wait, no, we're not going. We're not going. We got everybody all grouped up so nicely. Tight cluster. Zerg actually grouping up some forces too. Infestors. That feels ambitious. It's go time. Here we go. Who could have seen this coming? The offensive recall into the Zerg's main base and a very unfortunate infestor pop out. At least fungal. Give him a sassy fungal. Nope, okay. Oh god, the force field on the ramp too. A fantastic choice. Fantastic play. The cloaking, I'm gonna say a little less fantastic just because there's detectors everywhere, but the Zerg is locked out of their own main base. That's a lot of DTs. 18 charged zealots and 10 DTs congregating in the main base makes quite the Protoss-shaped fire. The hive goes down. The Zerg player deciding to just send forces across the other side, including a drone. Does slip a drone out, so they might be looking to make a hatch. Yeah, they're trying to make a hatchery. The chaos erupts onto the map as the Protoss shenanigan strategy shows itself. A lot of charged zealots, a lot of DTs, a mothership in the right spot, and we've got one heck of a disaster for any sort of Zerg player in this situation. Wow, that's a good stasis. A lot of the Zerglings shut down both infestors. Zerg player targeting down the Nexus. I agree with the choice. You don't want to have a recall happen here. This would lose pretty quickly if the Protoss decided to recall. Luckily, they don't seem to be recalling such ability. If only. Nope, the full energy Nexus going down, no recollection of a spell with a similar name. Now, I guess most of the tech's gonna be destroyed. How long has this probe been here? Was this probe recalled? I'm thinking it might be, which tells me this Protoss is experienced with this strategy. This Protoss, this is their jam. Okay, this is their thing. They are loving it. The Infestor causing a bit of a traffic jam on the main base ramp. You also... Oh, these are just probes. Okay, that's fine. Now, as this turns into a base race, essentially, we're looking... How many buildings are we rocking? Oh my gosh. So we've got just the one hatchery down here. And just the one Nexus and Pylon that are on the way. Wait, where's the other... No, this is the only pylon. Okay. Everything else was destroyed. Oh, Zerg making another hatchery. The Zerg actually has free supply, too. They could make things like drones. Yeah, they're going to make some drones. They have 12. Where are 12 drones? They're just kind of scattered around, strewn about the map. Okay. The Protoss cleans up the Zerg bases. Hive cluster decimated and destroyed. Protoss deciding to add on some extra buildings to their little new outpost, we could call it. New Ire. Can't actually see this, but they do know about these buildings warping in. Hasn't scouted the Nexus, though. Interesting. The Charged Zealots moving around, checking the bases, checking the corners, finds a group of drones and a hatchery. Ooh, bit of a skirmish in the middle of the map. The DT's caught by a fungal grove. Oh, there's still energy. We've got... Oh, the recall goes out. Some of the DTs will get out. Was that to the mothership? That was to the mothership. What a save. Protoss quick here. They were able to get that done so quickly because they didn't spend a lot of extra actions per minute on making their name. They just found their favorite letter on the keyboard and went with it. There you go. Oh, the probes. Not the probes. Will be destroyed. What do we have as far as army compositions here? What are we left with? We got 15 Hydras, 10 Lings, 2 Infestors. Up against 18 Zealots, Mama Ship, DTs, 2 Voids. There's 1 Oracle and 1 Adept in here too. I don't know, honestly. I think it's going to depend on the fungals. The 15 Hydras is actually a little scary. Hydras are a pretty solid anti-gateway unit, but I worry just about the sheer numbers. The Protoss has them in army supply, but you have to remember this is 18 Zealots, so if they get caught by a fungal, I think that's pretty much game. No. Not quite yet. Solid first fungal goes out. Time warp initiated. Not going to hit most of the Hydras, which do not seem to care about being in melee with the Zealots. Cloak goes out. There is a Spore Crawler here for detection. All of the Zealots are gone. Is the Zerg actually going to do it? The Void Ray picked off. It's 3 sentries and a mothership. Oh god, if the sentries had been here, Guardian Shield would have been a massive help. No, it's down to just 4 Hydras and a mothership. No. Oh, okay. Protoss player trying to micro their way out of this. Oh, the fungal growth's gonna slow her down. The Hydra is actually able to get into range. I think the Zerg player might actually be able to do it. No, this is so close though. The Protoss worked so hard on their trickery. 18 drones here. The Zerg player is mining. Probes not really mining so far. Protoss, they're Zerg moving around. They're 3 Hydras and Infestor. Infestor doesn't have enough energy. I think if you just regen your shields, you can do this. But you're getting antsy, you're getting impatient. Oh, and no GG. Oof. The Zerg player takes it with a bit of a mothership-shaped explosion there. A great game, though. Very chaotic match. Entertaining. And I have to reveal a bit of a secret there. The submitter of this game is not actually the Zerg. It is indeed the Protoss. So a round of applause, a heartfelt cheer for submitting a loss to me. That was a great game, very entertaining. Definitely some choice strategies were made, but it resulted in a pretty solid base race. So thank you for the submission. Well done. That is not all for today, though, folks. Onwards to the next match. The next match of the day shall be played on a 4v4 map, Riptide here. Team number 1 shall occupy the upper left corner of Red Protoss. We're going to speed through it. It is Chupa Mista. Blue Zerg drones. It is Great Oz. Teal SCVs. Already we have all represented. Elvis. Gacho. Elvis fan, huh? And purple Zerg drones rounding out team number 1. It is Gig. Clean and simple. I like it. Alright. Team number 2, accused of rushing already in the chat. It is a yellow Protoss. Ju. But not like Oju. And their orange Zerg ally, a broken portrait. It is Loco Coco. Crazy chocolate. Green Zerg drones belonging to Ekron. And wrapping it all up, the final player, another Zerg. Holy Zerg in this one. Light pink drones. Rad Power. Oh, I mistakenly read that as Red Power at first. I thought, oh man, how unfortunate, you got pink. But I guess pink is sort of red. It's like a very, very light red, right? Super pastel, I suppose. That could work. But what's going on in the chat here? We've got chat. Okay, so this is all from team number 1. So probably somebody submitter from team number 1 here. This is accusing team number 2. They rush. Make units. Need, resist, defend. StarCraft grammar. Perfect. Absolutely great. We've got a few choices already being made. Red, the accuser, the inquisitor, we should suppose them for this grand stage. Already making 2 gates and a forge, all kind of on top of each other here. Will it be for a defensive cannon? Will it be for an offensive cannon? Not sure yet. It doesn't actually appear that anybody is really rushing. We've got some interesting choices, I will say. Mr. One Base Lair here in pink is certainly cooking something up. Yellow appears to be just going for everything they possibly can except for making probes and having any semblance of economy. Orange. I see you, Orange. Mr. Loco Coco. We've got a Nidus Infestation Pit, an unusual combo, usually resulting in something related to swarm hosts. Drone, open the door, the drone says, and suddenly the door opened. Sorry, sir, have a great day. Going to make a hatchery. Barracks and factory doing a little bit of a switcheroo. We only have 1 Terran in the game here. And it appears they're not quite sure what they want to do just yet. They've got double factory. Blue adding on roaches as prophesied in the chat, attacking straight to roach. Also getting a 3rd base though. A little greedy for a 4v4 game perhaps. We'll see how that unfolds. Perhaps they will be punished. Perhaps it will pay off. Not a lot will go on. The Nidus network is completed. The choice does appear to be swarm hosts. Haven't actually made, it looks like the first 2 are coming out right now. We're gonna hit them with 2 swarm hosts. A minor inconvenience. Giving somebody like a bad scratch on their arm. Queen, uh-oh. Oh, you're doomed now. Queen came out. She mad. She ready to do some damage, make some harm here. The Locusts, well, they'll barely deal with the Zealots. Like, decide to go for the immortal. Creep tumor immediately picked off. Two swarm hosts is somehow magically both more than you probably should have made, but not enough to actually get anything done. Unlike the Dark Templar over here, which at 5, 9, 13 kills already on the DTs, so that's going to go quite well. The Zerglings, hatcheries. The hatchery cluster is under attack. The Zerglings getting a bit of damage done, bit of recompense there. The swarm host count has doubled. We now have 4 active swarm hosts on the map. DT's picking off the spore crawler, which is going to be, I think, wildly successful. Some slowslings pop out of the Nidus worm. They're looking disastrously. The saving grace here, I think, might end up being the Roach player, who got a 3rd base and hasn't really been touched. How are you doing as far as drone count? 39? Totally fine. Okay. Winning, leading the pack, I'll say, in terms of workers with roughly 40. Awkward. A little bit. Oh god, at least let the Zealots fight. The pink Zerglings going after the SAVs. The Terran player, but absolutely crippled through this early bit of fighting. Here, open the door, son. No, Valerian's orders are no visitors. Open the door, Jimmy says. And suddenly the door opens. A bunch of green slowlings show up. Now, green was Mr. Hatchery Cluster over here. We've got 5 hatches. We're just now getting ling speed. They're trying to add on some drones again. The swarm hosts discover that they don't have to be in melee to actually get any damage done. Red a little slow on the draw here. I think you should have gone for the other probes, my friend. You didn't have enough time to actually deal with them. Oh, the changeling spit out here. Bit of extra insurance on that vision. Tech Lab just finished up researching something. DT's once again in the Terran's base. Scan. He can't. Both of his orbitals are lifted. He's only got 2 orbitals and they're both in the air. I'd knock have scan. No key. Yes. I understand, I think. That's some English right there. I'd not have scan. I'm gonna go with I don't have scan. And no BC. No base. Okay. No base. That's what that was. Oh my god, you just dropped a mule. You just dropped 2 mules. 1 Wath here. Hetri. Stay here, the Watcher. I think I get it. He's trying. It was 1 Watcher here. Stay here, the Watcher. It's the Overseer. He's trying to get somebody to leave an Overseer in his base. But boy, that was a struggle. If it took me that much focus to look at that, a Watcher. A Watcher is a great word for the Overseer. He's got like 10 eyes. It makes perfect sense. Dude, straight out of the Chaos Marines kind of lore there. A rather bold Nidus Swarm here right in the middle of the base. Swarm hosts show themselves. Spitting out the Locust yet again. Will they get back into the worm, though? Oh, yes they do. They get back into that worm. Red's ground toss army coming back home. These Zealots do not have charge, my friend. You don't even have warp gate. What? How do you not even have warp gate? Really? Oh, they just got charge. Okay. Charge just finished up. Blink is here. Blue, sick of all of the fuss, shenanigans, it would seem, sending their roaches and ravages. The only player with any semblance of economy here. This game has quickly turned into a bit of a 1v4. Luckily, everybody else has been taking such chunks out of each other, whether it's through damage or making 9+ hatcheries in your main base. Like, what are we going for, a no queen challenge here? This is just a normal 4v4 play. Oh god, the hive's picked up. The locusts having a bit of success there. Protoss does their best trying to help out. Pink Zerglings taking care of the outlying bases. Close the door, close the door. You just told me to open the door. Make up your mind. Blue retreating, seeing the swarm host. I agree with the choice. No reason to fight the swarm host if you don't have to. Oh god. Open the door. Oh, red I think might be able to deal with them. Oh, I don't know. Immortals don't deal with Zerglings particularly well. Someone kill those. Not sure killing what, but we'll get there eventually, maybe. Blue still wrapping up the bases. We have a ping. Open. Open the door. Open the door, son. Teal, where you at? They're here, but they're not opening the door. He destroys it. I love it. Supply blocked. He actually supply blocked his teammate to get out with his, like, 14 Zerglings here. Oh, God. It's a disaster. Blue, the only player having any semblance of success on the other side of the map. It is all up to them, I feel. Wow, 20-minute no units, this guys. Says, I think, the one-base swarm host player. Yes, they are probably getting the most damage done out of all of their teammates, sure. But, I don't know, something tells me they're dealing with some issues of their own. You know. How many hatches? 6? What is this, 8? Oh my god, 9 hatcheries? 9 hatcheries for double spawning pool. We've got double spawning pool shenanigans on the play field here. Oh my gosh. What a mess. What a disaster. It's going to be down to the swarm hosts versus the roach hydra. I'm inclined to put my money on the roach hydra. Oh, my upgrades. 2-1 up against 0-0. I'm inclined to put my money on the roach hydra here. Their teammates really just need to kind of keep them alive, which isn't going supremely well, I will say. Drone count has dwindled to 26 thanks to the swarm host shenanigans. Blue starting to tear their way through the green hatcheries. Who's left? Yellow tapped out and green tapped out, so it's just orange and pink at this point. We're watching the slow demise of an entire team thanks to this blue Zerg player. Red deciding, going back to the drawing board on their army, looks at everything, says, Colossi. That'll deal with this. Perfect. They are at least trying to help, I will say. Red has been rather helpful just trying to keep the Nidus worms in check. Oh, Pink finds out what it's like to be on the wrong end of the Hellion when you're making Zerglings. Oh god, the swarm hosts are here, but they don't have their locusts just yet. Get on top of them. Burrow goes out. There's no detection here. Can we get a scan? Can we get a scan? We have energy. We have orbitals. But what do we not have? Attention. Well, I guess just don't fight them, I suppose. Or fight them piecemeal. Or just freaking kill the locusts, I guess. That works too. To get rid of the Nidus network, which is going to shut down, I think, most of the problems for team number 1 here. Blue shouldn't have a whole lot else to worry about. Decent fungal growth, keeping things in place, but the army supply is just not there. Green, somebody must be controlling green. Orange taps out. which I'm going to guess was the person probably controlling green. Not going to have anything else really come of that. So I guess they're just going to stay here. Pink's the only player left. What's Pink really up to, apart from letting their buildings bleed out in the main base? They are, okay, we have the bingo base corner Zerglings. Very well then. And look at how successful that is being up against not just one player, but it's quickly becoming 4 players again. We have purple making a bunch of Zerglings as well. Teal adding on, I'm trying to go for a bit of a battle mech, it would feel. I got Cyclones, I got Hellions. Oh, red actually found their way over to the other side of the map too, with 3 Immortals and a Colossus. An A for effort, I suppose. Blue adding on just every kind of upgrade they can get. Purple finds Pink's Zerglings in the bottom left. Here, how are our upgrades? 2-2 actually for both purple and pink. I'm a little impressed. I didn't expect that. Now Pink has gone the extra mile and gotten Adrenal already for their Zerglings. Which, you know, is a choice, of course. We really just kind of need to get everybody together here. Teal seems a bit more focused on fighting the defenseless buildings that would quickly bleed out. Red deciding to move towards the bottom left corner will be helpful. I think the one Colossus going to be monumental in shutting down a bunch of Zerglings, I would wager. However, the Zerglings may not actually be here, going up against an overwhelming number of purple, which will be quite easy to shut down then. God, they destroy each other so fast. Ling on ling violence. It's just quick and brutal. Red shows up, starts to target down the drones. You have thermal lance for your 2 Colossus. Love it. Absolutely great. Absolutely fantastic. An honorable mention to the blue Zerg. How do your shoulders feel after carrying most of that match? Good grief. Friendly fire in there too. I loved it. Purple got mad at the depot. Oh dear. 4v4 in a nutshell. There you have it, folks, kids. That pretty much sums it up perfectly, I think. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.